I just want to spend a moment with you this morning reading from a portion of Scripture that's a very powerful passage of Scripture in Galatians chapter 5. And we would do well to really understand and know um, whether we're under the law or whether we are to live by the Spirit. The law was my tutor, and it reminded me of what sin was. It showed me that I was a sinner. But the Scripture teaches us we're not under the law anymore, but rather we are to live by the Spirit. Now, the law may always exist, and it will always be pointed out, especially to those who are still in their sin and continue in that lifestyle. But as a believer, we're called to live by the Spirit. But we still have an enemy. It isn't the law, though, it's the flesh. And the Scripture teaches us in Galatians chapter 5, it says, verse 15, but if you bite and devour one another, beware lest you be consumed by one another. And it seems like we have a lot of war going on, a lot of grumpiness, a lot of fighting between one another. But it says this, which it gives us hope. It says, I say then, walk in the Spirit, and you shall not fulfill the lust of the flesh. But the flesh lusts against the Spirit, and the Spirit against the flesh, and these are contrary to one another, so that we do not do the things that we wish. And so the Word tells us that we are to live by the Spirit of the living God. And once we learn how to live by it, walk by it, the Lord told me one time, He said, and I was working with those in addiction, and I still do that, and how is this going to help them? How are we going to be able to help them? And I felt like He said to me, when they fall in love with me, when He becomes their everything and we want to live by the Spirit of the living God, it changes the human heart, that we want to please and we want to honor God. Here's what's produced by a life lived by the Spirit. But the fruit of the Spirit is love, joy, peace, long-suffering, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, self-control. Against such there is no law. Now it does tell us what the works of the flesh are, and we need to avoid those. And the works of the flesh are those things like envy, murders, drunkenness, rivalries, and the like, lewdness, adultery, fornication. All of these are all found in Galatians chapter 5. But how to overcome hatred? How to overcome unforgiveness? I live by the Spirit. I hope this helps you today. You want to learn more? Go to Galatians chapter 5. God bless you. Have a wonderful day.